or the number one thing that I liked about the book is the coffee shop for whatever reason. Hey, what's up, everybody? So today I'm going to talk about A Hunter Called Night by Tim Waggoner. If you watched my May TBR, then you know he actually sent me this in advance of the release date, which is going to be May 9th, in exchange for an honest review. So this is going to be my honest review. If you didn't watch the May TBR, then you missed the synopsis, which I read verbatim in there, but I will give you a quick recap. So, this book is about a being called Night and her four harriers, which a harrier in the book is basically a panther like creature that is as dark as a shadow. So, Night and her harriers are chasing a guy named Aaron down, and he enters an office building, which Night cannot enter because it is a civilized area. Which a civilized area is just any area that's basically inhabited by humans or manipulated by humans, like buildings, roads, movie theaters, that type of thing. So she can't enter, but she can create this mold like substance that will surround the building and basically strangle it like a noose, which will allow her to enter. And that substance is called blight. And that's basically where the story kicks off. I really liked the story, and I was kind of worried I wasn't going to like it. I read the back, and I was kind of iffy on it, whether I'd like it or not. But when I actually started reading it, Tim Wagner's writing is maybe he's just so good that I really liked the story. The story was really like getting me interested, and while I don't typically read urban fantasy type books like this, I definitely enjoyed this. The story was pretty cool. The next thing was the characters. Tim Wagner did a great job with interesting characters. Like we've got like a high school kid, a psychologist, some baristas, even like a hairstylist or a few hairstylists actually. And they all weren't like cookie cutter cardboard characters. Now he didn't go super in depth with the background of every single character, but he gave enough that you felt like they were individual characters and they had their own thoughts and feelings. And I mean, I've read books where the story is crap, but the characters got me so interested in it. And while I won't say that these are like top tier, the best characters ever, they're pretty good. He did a great job. I think they're above average characters, and I was invested in seeing them, in their success or failure. The next thing that I liked about it is the Lovecraftian elements in it. Not hugely Lovecraftian. I'm not going to say that if you like Lovecraft's work, you're definitely going to like this, but if you like books that include some Lovecraft in it, you might like this. I'm not going to say exactly what is Lovecraftian about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it does hint a little bit at, not really hint, but it does, take some stuff from Lovecraft. So I'm sure Tim Wagner got some inspiration from Lovecraft stories. And then finally, I think the biggest thing or the number one thing that I liked about the book is the coffee shop for whatever reason. And it probably won't make any sense unless you've read the book, but there's a coffee shop in the book called Grinders. And it's just like a recurring theme or recurring setting where some characters meet, a lot of characters, different things that play out in the coffee shop, and characters keep returning to it. Maybe Tim Wagner is kind of like me, where he likes to do some work in the coffee shop on his laptop, and maybe I'm sure he does some writing probably in coffee shops. And I like to go to coffee shops and just read. Like coffee shops are just a cool place to hang out and chill for like a Saturday or Sunday. So, I just really like the coffee shop, and I can't place a finger on why I like that was a recurring theme, but I did. Sometimes you can't, verbalize why you like certain things in media, but that's one thing I really liked, and maybe you'll like it too, especially if you are a frequent, coffee drinker and you like to go to coffee shops. Only one thing I wanna mention about what I disliked, which was some repetitive dialogue or internal dialogue, repetitive descriptions. I won't say exactly what happened because I don't wanna spoil anything, but I'll give a similar example. Basically, this book likes to go from 2 timelines. There's an earlier time and then there's the now, and it will go back between chapters. It seems like it goes back like every chapter. Well, in like, let's say the now, a character will be like, "What's my wife gonna think if she finds out I started smoking again?" Like, that's an internal dialogue he's having, and then we'll jump back, and then they'll start it'll jump back in the timeline, and then we'll go forward again, and the character will be like, "What's my wife gonna think if he finds out?" Like, as if like he's doing it again, or if he's saying it again, and it kinda to me, it felt like Tim Wagner was writing it, and maybe he forgot that he put that in there earlier. It was kinda like a thought in his head, and then he forgot to take it out. I was kind of like wondering, like, am I like imagining this? But I don't think I imagined it. I'm pretty sure that happened where it's like repetitive. That should have been caught, you would think, in editing. I don't know why it wasn't, but it kind of surprised me because like I've read Halloween Kills by Tim Waggoner, and I mean, I don't think that ever happened in there. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like Tim Wagner's writing was pretty solid, so I think it's just something that maybe got missed in editing. Who knows? Maybe I just made that up. I can't exactly remember. I didn't go back and double check, but I'm pretty sure that happened. Before I get into who should read it, I just want to ask if you're liking the video, hit the like button, and if you want to check out more content from me, hit the subscribe button. I try to post at least a few times a month, trying to post more frequently. So hit that subscribe button, and we'll see more of each other. So who should read it? I think if you're okay with gore, then you'll probably be okay reading this. There is quite a bit of gore in it. It's not super graphic, but I was kind of surprised by the amount of gore. There were some crazy scenes. And then if you like urban fantasy, which, like I said, I'm not really a urban fantasy reader or too much of a fantasy reader at all, trying to get a little bit more into it. If you like that type of thing, though, then you'll probably like this. And then, of course, if you like some things with some Lovecraftian elements, then might be something to check out. Basically, though, what you see is what you're going to get. If you read the synopsis of this book and you think it's something that would interest you, then I would say it's probably going to interest you. I don't think there's anything in here that's really going to throw you off and make you suddenly not like it. Pretty good book overall. So, yeah, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to check it out. It comes out May 9th. If you think you might read it, or if you think you might like it, then pick it up, and I'll see you in the next video.